Hey, Glenn Beach here again with my second half of the video filming that I did about my experience of going to Vegas back in 2011, and wanted to give you. This is the second part. This will be part two to the other one, and the other one where I had left off at, we had just met with the guy in San Diego to get him to invest in our business idea of go-getters. Me and Ninja Boy and our other partner that was with us, Oscar. And we met with him and gave him our business idea, etc. And and then after that we went bar hopping, hookah bar. Went to hookah bars that night, several hookah bars, and got drunk and did all kinds of other things. And we about midnight that night, Oscar and Ninja Boy, the two, got into a serious disagreement, got into a bad argument, and the next day I had to fly home, and they weren't really on talking terms, and things were going really bad really fast. And next day I had to fly home because I had to be in Amish church the next Sunday, that coming Sunday, and this was Saturday. The next day was Saturday, and things were winding down, and we didn't have enough time anymore to fly home, or not to fly home, but we didn't have enough time to drive home at this point in time. And I had never flown in an airplane before. I wasn't supposed to be flying in an airplane. I was Amish, and all those things, but ended up getting me a plane ticket. Me and Oscar flew home. We left. Ninja Boy there, and that day, or it was either that day or within the next couple days, we had left him there without any money. He was broke as a joke, and he said that he would eat out of dumpsters. At this point, he was very depressed, and it was a really bad situation. And we ended up leaving him there, and he said that he'll just eat out of dumpsters. He's not worried about it. Got some dogs in our background here. Anyway, he wasn't too concerned, and we found out later why he was why he did these things. He had been bleeding internally, had internal bleeding going on, and he was passing blood, and had I believe he had bleeding ulcers, and they were getting worse and worse and worse, and the more he drank, the more that would feed into his bleeding ulcers. But we didn't know that until after the Vegas trip. It was either the day that I went home, or it was a couple days after I got home that I found out. I can't remember exactly how that was. And then me and Oscar found out why he was not really worried about what he did in life anymore, because he knew his time was coming to a close. He knew that his time was limited, because he hadn't planned on going to the doctor and doing anything about it. That was not his plan. And things escalated just more and more. And probably about a month later, I called him up and I said, "Hey, we need to talk, and I want to forgive you for screwing me over the way that you did." And he was cool about it. He was still alive at that point, obviously, and he was still sick, still bleeding, wasn't in good health at all. And we had planned to get together. He had set a date to get together and make amends, forgive each other. We forgave each other over the phone, but we wanted to get together and finalize it and see if we can mend our relationship. Anyway, so we had set a date, and this was I'd set a date for about a week from the time that I had called him. And he had a car wreck. He was in a one car accident in his Corvette, the Corvette that me and him would usually drive around in back home, and had a accident on his way home. Hit a slick spot in the road, and there was frozen ground in the field where he rolled his car several times, and he from here up, this gets a little bit, just a fair warning, this gets a little bit graphic. I won't say everything here. I'll keep it clean, but he flew out through the windshield, and he was had been drinking a lot that night, and things were bad between him and his mom. At this point, between him and his mom, they had gotten into a big argument that night. At this point, he had gotten back home, and he was, home from California. He was back home from California, obviously, at this point. And when he got into this accident, there was a frozen field, and he rolled his car, flew through the windshield, and it scalped him when he landed in the field. And the funeral had to be a closed casket because he wasn't viewable. This is hard to talk about. And one reason why I'm bringing it on here is because I want to get it off my chest and help other people understand how short life is. You know, I had forgiven him for what he did to me, but I wanted to get together in person and do it and start mending our relationship, but I didn't have that choice. I didn't have that chance. I didn't have the chance to do that. Because he wasn't here anymore. And I want to encourage whoever watches this. Remember, life will pass you by, and we tend to hold on to things that we can't do anything about. And if we don't forgive, it'll just hold us back. It won't hold back the other person as much as it will us. And as I stand here today, it's really emotional for me to talk about this. And this has been back in 2011. This is 2024 now. As I'm recording this, and it still is really hard for me to talk about it because I wanted to meet up with him in person again, but I didn't have that chance. And the thing I learned about that is forgive quickly and move on quickly. And I'm still learning it as I'm speaking here. Move past your past quickly. And remember that when we don't forgive, it holds us back. It doesn't hold the other person back. I'll give you a little view here of my background here. There's the Wynn Hotel is right there, and then there is Palazzo right there, and then there's Treasure Island up there. Right up there is Treasure Island. I wanted to come to Vegas to record this because this is where it all had happened, and that's why I made the decision to come here to give this story. And right there is Trump Tower. Right there. My last words are, be authentic and be different, and forgive quickly, and move past your past before it's too late.